welcome back. It's Shelby and I am so excited for today's video because the project was a request. It was the first request you guys have given me really for a project, so I'm so excited to do this. And the request came from, and I hope I don't butcher your name, Magoria. So thank you so much for that. And basically what it was is for luxury decor for redoing an apartment, for tassels hanging off a curtain or a valance. So I have taken a few weeks, sorry about that, but I wanted to make sure that I do something nice for you and budget friendly because you mentioned that was important. So I found this at the craft store. The brand is Celebrate It. You can get it at Michael's. It's 100 yards of this kind of ropey yarn with gold running through it, like metallic gold. So it's really pretty. It's kind of got a little bit of a glam sheen to it. And I also have this bead, really any bead you want, just choose a bead with a wide opening, and this is probably about as small as you want to go, maybe a little bit bigger, but whatever you have lying around is perfect. This one actually like popped off a shirt, so that's why I have that. But I will link what you need down in the description below, basically just this or something similar. This whole thing I think was about $6, so it's very budget friendly. You can make a couple of them out of these. Hopefully you find this helpful. Hopefully this is at all what you were thinking when you requested it. I did try. And yeah, I will link what you need down in the description below along with my socials. If you like the project or the video, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. Any suggestions for projects that you want to see me do in the future, or at least attempt to do for you in the future, let me know. I would love to read that. And here we go. Okay, so we are going to start with the gold yarn stuff. This is what it looks like. So I just opened it, and basically what I'm gonna do is make essentially like a little pom-pom, but then like shape it into a tassel. I did this once before on one of my very early videos. It was making a scarf out of yarn pom-poms. And normally I would link to it, but honestly I went back and watched it, and I remember it being like a super cute video because it was like kind of right when I started out. And like the editing and the quality is just not there, and I'm so sorry about that, but yeah, I don't even know what happened. Like, it was honestly like my best work at the time, but I had no equipment. I mean, I still don't really have equipment, but I have more equipment and way better editing skills, obviously. I think at that point, honestly, I didn't even know how to like edit and then like talk over the video in editing, so it was just like I was talking the whole time I was doing it, and then I was editing it and trying to shorten it, but trying to like piece together sentences so that they made sense, you know, instead of like a 45-minute video, like edited down to like whatever it is, like 12 minutes, but so that all the words made sense. So my voice is like hopping all over the place. The camera angles are crazy, so I might remake that someday, but yeah, hopefully I've gotten better. I mean, I still don't quite have it all down, but definitely better. So basically what you're gonna wanna do is, I think, for this, actually, we could make like a big one. That could be cool. Like a tassel like that, maybe that big, maybe a little, yeah, we'll do that. We'll just make like a super ginormous one. So my tassel's gonna be about that big, and I'm going to wrap it around this, which is, I think, hot cocoa mix. Yeah, something like that. So just find something that is the circumference of twice what you want your tassel to be, if that makes any sense. So I want my tassel to be about that big. The top's gonna be roped off. It's gonna hang about that big, which means it needs to wrap around something to make a circle like this. So I hope that makes sense. But basically I'm just gonna hold it and wrap it a bunch of times. That's all I'm gonna do. So just keep doing that until you have probably about half of however big you want your tassel to be. And because when you take it off and push it together and cut it, it's gonna double up. Sorry, my thing like ran and rolled around the chair. Okay, we got it. There we go. We're just gonna keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. So this is going to be a very, very large, bouncy, luxurious one, hopefully. I do love this thread though because it's got that little splash of gold in it. So it's already kind of like a muted glam look. It's white, so it's gonna go with most, you know, curtains or decor pieces, or if you've got like a lighter monochromatic room, but then it's got that little splash of gold in there. So I do like that. I think that's gonna work. So this is what we got. We're just gonna cut it off. I'm worried it's not enough. Oh, what if it's not enough? It'll be enough. We'll be fine. I'm just gonna cut it and scooch it off our package. I'll scooch it this way because it gets thinner. This way. Put our little helper to the side, and now we have this, which is just a roll up of yarn, which is great. And then what we're going to do is take a piece of yarn and essentially just find a center. So I want these pieces, I've got the two edges and I want them to kind of be part of it. So we got that, and that one will go kind of all the way up there, just like that. So these are the two centers. This is really hard to do on camera because I'm bringing it up in case you couldn't tell. So smush it together and just tie it off. So basically you've just smushed your circle into a loop and you're just tying around the center, and tie it really, really tight. Don't worry about being pretty. This part's going to be hidden, so just kind of get it secured at this point. Make sure it's even. There we go. Super tight. Tie it again. And again for good measure. There we go. So this is what you're left with, right? Doesn't that look great? That looks great. No, I'm just kidding. It looks terrible. So then find your little loops, open them up. And if you were using regular yarn, this is what would create your pom-pom, but we are using kind of sturdier yarn. And just cut. Pull the scissors tight out so everything's about the same length. Make sure no little loops escaped. A couple will. Just kind of run your scissors through, and anything that it catches on, snip. There we go, I did a pretty good job. That looks pretty good. I actually might have been overzealous and made this tassel too big. Okay, that's fine. So looking at the project, we have two options. The idea was to snip this side and make a big glam tassel, and I am gonna do that, but if you like this size of tassel, you can just start your wrapping up here, and then that'll be your tassel. And that's fine. But we're gonna go big, so we're gonna go for the double tassel. And we're just going to snip the other side of this, because I want a big, glam, luxurious one. All right, I think I got everything. Perfect. Here we go. So that is what we're looking at so far. It's gonna get better, but that is a good size. So now I need to trim it and make it a little bit more even. So I'm just gonna flip it upside down and kind of just give it a little haircut. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna be hanging and swinging and stuff, but yeah, so that is basically the little part that comes down. And then we're gonna glam up the top a little bit. This is where our fun beads come into play. I think I'm gonna use this one just because it's like a deep burgundy, and I think that would be really pretty and set off against the white. You could use bigger beads too with the size, like maybe bigger would be better, but I kinda like this, so I'm gonna go with this. Take off a bit more of the thread. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna need, so I'm going to leave this. What I'm gonna do is tie it to the two threads. So you've got your pom-pom and they are tied together by these two threads. Ooh, no they're not. Where's the one that's tying it together? I thought it was that one. Oh no, I lost it. Is it this one? I think it's this one. All right, so it's tied together by these two threads. And what I'm going to do is attach this one to that. So basically just tie it together however you want, very securely. Here we go. Nice and secured. So basically I just made my big loop and then tied it down. And now we're gonna start wrapping the tassels. So separate your two sections like this. Wrap this underneath once so that it's coming through. And then smush your tassel together so that this is coming out from underneath the top of it. So this is the top and it's wrapped under and it's coming out there. Get your tassel really smushed. And then just start wrapping as tightly as you possibly can so that it creates this little pop on top. And then we're gonna try and tie it off once because I have a feeling as soon as I start wrapping it, it's gonna slide off the top and my heart will be broken. So we're just gonna tie it off just once, just like this, tie a little, wrap it through, tie a little slip knot, and just kind of yank it till it won't go anymore. There we go. Snipped my end, figured out how long I needed after all, and then just kind of keep wrapping it a little bit, little bit, little bit, but just really, really tightly. Just like that. I'm gonna tie it off again, so I'm just wrapping it around, and then while it's loose, just kind of tucking it through and then pulling on it to yank it down. There we go. So this is looking pretty good so far. And then what I'm going to do is just keep wrapping it basically till I use up my thread, and then just tie it off a few times just to make sure it's not going absolutely anywhere. So these last couple wraps are just all going to be tied off. Here we go. Now I'm going to tuck this through one last time to get it up to the top. So I'm going to just basically, not cutting, but like using my scissors, you can use a needle or whatever, to get a little tiny bit of room right up at the top. And then I'm just gonna tuck my bit of yarn through there so that it's coming out the top of the tassel again. Like that. So now cut off any of these crazy gold things because some of them do come undone. Snip off any extra, keep this one up top, but anything extra that's coming down that you don't like, snip that off. Make it look super cute and uniform. That's what we're going for, or at least for the most part. And you have a cute little tassel, but now we need a way to attach it. So I'm just going to sneak my bead on here before we go any further. You don't have to use a bead, you can do basically whatever you want. Just like that. And then to attach it. So looking online, I saw a bunch of different ways to attach it, as you can imagine, but the one I really liked was actually just like a loop around. So I'm just cutting off that big thing of thread, just tying the ends off just like that. And then I'm gonna tie them again to make a bigger knot in it, basically so that it won't go through the bead. That's the point. And one more time for good measure, mainly because I didn't get my knot on top of each other, so it's too small still. Here we go. Snip the ends. And we're basically just left with a loop, right? Gonna sneak this through the bead as well. make sure you secure the top strand to it. So what I'm doing, it's kind of hard to tell because there's the loop, but this is the original string that the bead is strung on, right? So I'm bringing it back down the back of the bead and I'm just securing it down. So our loop is through the bead. The loop's not going anywhere, but the bead and the loop can just completely fly up. So this is the string here that's holding it to the tassel. I'm just bringing it down and tying it to the knot of the loop, if that makes any sense at all. So just tie that tight and tight. There we go. Snip off the end. Okay guys, so here is how it turned out. Ta-da! So, you know, when you grip it, like it does that, just shake it out. So basically just cut everything as even as you can get it. Little bead, bigger bead if you want it. There's many different ways to attach these online as I was finding: hooks, clasps, loops, and I like the loop, so that's what I went with. And I think it's more kind of in theme with what we're going for. We don't actually have any curtains in our place, we just have blinds. So I was like walking around like, where can I demonstrate this? There's nowhere I can demonstrate it. So I'm gonna use my arm actually. So imagine this is like a window and a curtain's coming down, actually not even to the side of it, like halfway down. So here is the curtain coming down half of the window, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So here is the loop, and just wind it around your curtain, pull the tassel through there, give it a little shake to shake it out, and that's what you've got. You know what we do have actually that I might do for the close-up pictures is we have aprons, and I might like just try to hang up one of our aprons because that'll be fabric coming down, and loop this around there so you kind of get an idea of what it would look like. Oh, this is pretty good actually on my hand too. So yeah, get some close-up shots of that so you can see how it turned out, but I think it's pretty adorable. I love the little gold in there. I think that just adds like a little touch of sparkle and a little bit of cute glam. So again, thank you so much for your request, and let me know if there's anything you guys want to see me do or attempt to do in the future. I had so much fun making this project for you guys, so thank you so much. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Consider subscribing. I would love to see you here again soon. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. So this is my tassel hanging on the apron over a hook in the window because that is the closest thing I've got to a curtain right now. So yeah, we're just gonna go with it. But in a close-up, it kind of looks legit. Doesn't that look legit? Totally looks legit. So this is our tassel hanging on our curtain by the side of the window, and this is basically what it's gonna look like. Zooming into focus there, and yeah, the little gold looks cute. It attaches and holds itself up. I'm gonna call this one a win. Hopefully you guys liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.